Hello viewers, today I am going to discuss John Keats's most wonderful work, Ode to Autumn. Probably it is his last complete work. It was published in 1820 and it was written in September 1819. Ode to Autumn. Season of mists and mellow fruitfulness, close bosom friend of the maturing sun, conspiring with him how to load and bless with fruit the vines that round the thatch eaves run, to blend with apples the mossed cottage trees, and fill all fruit with ripeness to the core, to swell the gourd and plumb the hazel shells. It is the season of mists. It ripens the fruits, lots of fruits with with mellowing ripeness, juicy, with the help of maturing sun. Her friend, our close bosom friend, it conspires with the sun to load the vines with mellow fruits, and the apples and the apples ripened by this season on the vines of the mossy cottage, and fill all fruit with ripeness to the core. The gourd and the hazel shells also ripened. The kernel is made sweet, and still more later flowers for the bees, until they think warm days will never cease, for summer has overbrimmed clammy shells. Who hath not seen thee oft amid thy store? The season is filled with many flowers, and bees make honey from those flowers. They think that warm season, the summer, has never end, because they think autumn as a summer season, and they make lots of honey, and their clammy shells of beehives is filled with honey, that it is overbrimmed, fulfilled with much honey. Sometimes whoever seeks abroad may find thee sitting careless on a granary floor, thy hair soft lifted by the winnowing wind, or on a half-ripped furrow sound asleep, drowsed with the fume of poppies while thy hook. Autumn is sometimes personified as a female farmer who is sitting careless on a granary floor. Her hair is soft lifted by the winnowing wind, or on a half-ripped furrow sound asleep, or as a reaper. It is personified as a reaper, where she is asleep on a half-ripped furrow, drowsed with the fume of poppy seeds, while she who spares the next earth and all its twined flowers, and sometimes like a gleaner thou dost keep steady thy laden head across a brook. It was also it is also compared with a gleaner who take the who goes to the brook through the brook and made its head steady while cross the brook, or by a cider press with patient look thou watchest the last oozings hours by hours. Autumn is personified as an onlooker who patiently watches the cider press where she can see the oozings hours by hours. Where are the songs of spring? A. Where are they? Think not of them, thou hast thy music too. While bird clouds bloom the soft dying day and touch the stubble plains with rosy hue, then in a wailful choir the small gnats moan. Where are the songs of spring? The poet tries to say autumn has her own music. There is no music of spring, but it has her own music which we have to listen by its characteristic features. By the clouds bloom the soft dying day, and when the stubble plains is touched with rosy hue, then the small gnats, the mourning of the small gnats, it's like a choir, well full choir among the river and among the bank of the river, that among the river's shallows, borne aloft or sinking as the light wind leaves or dies, and full grown lamb loud bleat from hilly brow. The mourning of the gnats, the loud bleat of the lambs from the hillsides, the crickets sing, the song of the crickets, hedge crickets sing and now with treble soft. The redbreast whistles from a garden croft. The song of the crickets and the whistling of the redbreast from a garden, and by also the gathering of swallows twitter in the skies, we can listen the song of autumn by this nature of this season. The poem praises autumn, describing its abundance, harvest, and transition into winter, and uses intense sensuous imagery to elevate the fleeting beauty of the moment. To Autumn is probably the most beautiful work of John Keats. Before his death in Rome in 1821, where the 25-year-old succumbed to tuberculosis. To Autumn is the final work in a group of poems known as Keats' 1819 Odes. The work has been interpreted as a meditation on death, as an allegory of artistic creation. The poet wants to say that death is not the unhappy moment of life. It is the completion of a life. As spring is the regenerate or rebirth of a life, autumn is the maturing position of a life. We need not to mourn when our old age has come and we are going to die, because maturation is the completion of a life. Autumn is a part of 6 seasons, because where there is spring, there is winter also. Autumn is also the part of the seasons. When a life begins, it has an end also. Autumn is the maturing position of that end. When winter comes, the death has come also simultaneously. Autumn is the maturing position before death. Autumn has its own song. It can say that it has seen the life fully, it enjoys the life, and before death it enjoys it very much. It is the maturing, ripeness, fulfillment of life. So we have not to mourn about death, because death is the truth of our life. Winter should come before spring, as death is a part of our life. And as we can see in Thomas Hardy's poem, autumn is personified as mournful season, but in Keats's poetry, autumn is a ripeness part of life, and it has its own fulfillment, and it is not the end of a mournful song, but it is a enjoyable song of life. Thank you.